Okay, we're recording in a bathroom. And it's the best place to record at this point in time. Guys, we're here. We're doing it. It's another chatty video. My family is in the pool. I'm going to join them in about 10, 15 minutes, however long we have right now, however long we decide to chat. Is that a bug? Very well could be, but it's not moving. So we're going to let that thing stay where it is. And I'm going to stay here. And we are going to talk about the Odyssey because I saw it. Guys, I was a Christopher Nolan fan and my husband is not a Christopher Nolan fan. And I didn't really get it. And then we saw Tenet like however many years ago that was. Didn't love it. Really didn't like it actually. Then saw Dunkirk and again was not a huge fan. Like I really liked the Batman movies and I liked Interstellar and I liked Inception, but I didn't like a number of his movies in a row. And then the Odyssey kept getting pushed to me in my algorithm. Like, watch these videos with all these actors talking about the movie and how amazing it's going to be. And I was like, I think this looks cool. I like that he didn't use any CGI. That sounds really awesome. And my husband was like, I don't want to go. And I said, let's go. So we went. I have some thoughts. My husband has even more thoughts than I do, but I wanted to just chat about the movie a little bit. I am somebody who does not like when you take a source and you change it from what it originally was trying to do. So the Odyssey has its own story it's trying to tell, and it feels like Christopher Nolan wants to tell something a little different. If you watch the film, he talks about Zeus's law like over and over and over again. Really, it's like a little too much. You're like, is that even in the Odyssey? Like, do they even talk about that? And is that really the point? Was like the morality of the era? That didn't seem to be what I got out of the Odyssey in high school. And then on top of that, you've got Odysseus, who is like acting the entire time out of guilt. And again, I don't see that in the original text. So it's cool to tell a story that is different and has a really cool message that you want to tell. That's your own original story. But to take a different story and then use it as a vehicle to tell the story you want to tell, I don't love. So I was feeling that way throughout the film. I also don't feel like you can tell the Odyssey in even a 3-hour film. It's so in-depth. It has a lot to tell. By reducing it to 3 hours, you turn it into like, here's a thing. Just dip your toe into each experience, and then we're going to come out. I think that the story deserves more. Like if this had been made into a mini series, which Christopher Nolan could easily have a mini series made because everybody loves that guy. I think it would have done more for the story than just like, here we got here, and where it feels just a lot more rushed and there's like no breathing room. And then the character development it just felt like there was so many characters, so little development of the relationships. And that's kind of a Christopher Nolan special. Like he doesn't love that stuff. He doesn't like character development, but he does like themes. I just feel like there was a lot lacking. Like what was Odysseus's inner story? We kind of know, we kind of don't. We see Circe for a few minutes. Okay, that one maybe it has a little bit more time spent on it, but we see almost none of Calypso. And she's really just a vehicle to like tell you what's going on in the story to kind of get Matt Damon, Odysseus, to remember what he needs to remember. The only person who's given anything dramatic, like emotionally, is Anne Hathaway. And Anne Hathaway does a pretty good job. It's hard to watch a movie like this that is just so star-studded and not just see a bunch of stars. I don't feel like anybody fully disappeared into the character. It was still something I would watch. I'm almost curious to watch it again, like now, this time, not just taking it all in as it's like hitting me, but like thoughtfully and intentionally and like writing down notes. So I think it's worth watching, but I don't think that it is a great movie. And I don't think that it was done the way I would have wanted. What this did make me think is that I want to go back and listen to the Odyssey. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I love audiobooks because they give me the opportunity to read while I do other things. I can clean, I can do chores, and sitting down and reading, I don't often get to do. And to be honest, I'm not the best at just sitting down and reading because it feels like I'm wasting time. That is wrong. It's not true. That's just how I feel. If I'm doing something else, then I don't feel as bad. I'm like interested in listening to the Odyssey. I have to find the translation that I feel like would be the best choice because there's so many at this point. But I want to listen to it. And on top of which, it was originally written to be listened to. So I wouldn't feel nearly as bad about listening to it too. I don't know if you guys listen to audiobooks. Leave a comment down below if you do. But I've also been doing some color analysis with some clients, and it is always so shocking to me, like how different the results can be than what you expect. Even as a color analyst, you might look at someone and think they're going to be this, and then as you start draping them, you start seeing different things coming out that are drawn out of their skin. And I think that's just like the coolest thing, like to be able to actually see somebody's color change through the drapes. I do it virtually. I also do it in person, but it is just a really cool thing to see. And today happens to be my little baby's first birthday. She turned 1 today. It's so cute. She's such a cutie patoots, guys. I never thought I was going to have a girl. After having 2 boys, I was convinced I was just going to have boys. And I was totally fine with that. I never felt like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could have a girl. I was like, if I have all boys, it'll be awesome. And then she came along. It was a surprise that she was a girl. And I was like, interesting. And I'm just so happy that God blessed us with a girl because I really feel like it's like a different experience, and it will be a different experience even more so as she gets older. But she's so cute and my boys love her so much. And we got cupcakes and we're doing a little mermaid theme. This is just for family. And then we're doing like a bigger party when we get back home since we're still traveling. But it's so exciting to have a little girl now. And I cannot believe it's been a year since I had a baby. That feels really, really crazy to me. Time goes so fast once you're a parent. It's unbelievable, like truly unbelievable. So anyways, that is what's up. We're doing a little bit of a short one today, but I just wanted to share some thoughts. I do think that the movie, going back to the Odyssey, I do think that the movie is cool for the fact that it didn't use any CGI. Like in today's day and age, CGI has become so endemic to everything that it's ugly. And I think it's cool that they didn't do that. I just don't feel like they did the story justice. And I've gotten more interested in the dynamics of relationships in film rather than the spectacle, because we kind of went crazy with the spectacle, like the Avengers era of things and like superheroes of things. Like everything was about the spectacle. And now I'm like wanting to just watch movies about people. Like, for example, for some reason, I keep getting clips on YouTube of Kramer versus Kramer. Now, I don't know if that movie's a great movie. I mean, it definitely got, like, during its time, it was considered a really great movie. The acting in it is unbelievable, though, and the relationships are interesting. I really want to go back and watch the movie. I remember watching it years ago, but it has been forever, and I am curious to rewatch it now as a parent, someone who's been married for 8 years. So I'm just curious to go back and watch it. I like movies that have that element. I'm also interested in watching Troy, though, because after having seen The Odyssey, I want to see Troy, and I also want to watch The Return with Ralph Fiennes because I love him as an actor, and I'm curious to see how they portray Odysseus. So that's where we're at. Well, we're getting close to the end of our trip, and we're going to be heading back home soon. I'm excited to be back in a routine. I'm excited to get back into doing kindergarten, but I feel like I'm such a person of habit that, like, wherever I go, once I've set my routine there, going back to the other thing or going back to a new thing, I get very anxious or stressed about it. I'm like, oof, I have to like readjust. And so even though I'm excited to go back home, I've gotten into a routine here. So now I have to like reset myself and reset my routine once I'm there. And I'm like, okay, just get in the headspace. Get your head in the game. Ooh, get your head in the game. Did we just do a High School Musical reference? I think so. I want to go swim with my family, so I'm going to go, but I will see you in my next video. Bye!